Hi, everybody. Today, My Psyche Says, take back your power. So, I want to talk a little bit about getting over a relationship. I was in over 30-year relationship with my ex-husband, and I was never able to receive validation on what I did right in the relationship, and he was not going to give me that. And I'm not trying to belittle him or down him or anything like that, because he is a wonderful person. I have to thank him because he was the polarity that gave me so much opportunity for growth as a human. We are all ascending. We are all evolving in our state of consciousness. We are evolving our consciousness. And I knew when I split up with him, I hit rock bottom. I was at my lowest moment. I didn't know if I would live. I literally had to pick myself up and be my own hero. And in doing so, I so wanted to be validated. It is our ego, mind you, that wants to be validated. But this is how I got my validation. This is how I got my power back. I removed him from the dynamic of our marriage because I have had to come to realize that my life, my worth, my state of consciousness is all built out of the perspective of what I chose because of how I reacted to things, of what I chose. Your thoughts create your reality. The way that I looked at things, the lens that I looked through, the choices that I made in which way I reacted to something, those were the things that created the moment that I was in at that time that I was trying to get through the relationship. So I went back through our marriage and I removed him, so to speak, from our marriage and looked at the key points, the traumas that I may have experienced. I try and focus, let me just intervene and say, I try and focus on the good times. If I'm going to go back there at all, it's in the past. And so I try not to dwell on the past. But as I worked through this and I went back in our relationship and I looked at all the points that were pivotal, that were trauma, that were something that affected me, that shaped me in my state of consciousness, I removed him from it because it is my responsibility, the way I react, the life I create and everything. And so I removed him and what he may have done that may have been pivotal. And I asked myself, how could I have reacted to this differently? How could I have chosen something that was for my highest good at that point? How could I have forgiven more? How could I have been more compassionate? How could I have anything that had to do with our relationship? And I took him completely out of it. And I walked myself through our relationship. And as I hit these hurdles and these traumas and these points, I thought about how I could have done things differently. And then if I didn't like the way I did things, I forgave myself. So I walked through the whole relationship and forgave myself for the choices that I made that I was not happy with, for the choices that I made that may have led to the demise of our marriage. But I also came to acceptance that things just have their time. Everything is divine timing. And it was time for me to evolve past that marriage. And I got acceptance of it. But by doing that, going through and removing him from every aspect of it and taking full responsibility myself for every aspect of it and how I handled it and how I may have created things in it, I was able to forgive myself and come to an acceptance of myself. And it gave me my power back. It brought me the forgiveness. It brought me the validation that I needed because I didn't need anybody outside of me to come to that point. Our journey is internal. Our journey is about us. The people that play outside of ourselves, they are merely characters in us discovering our journey and us going on that journey. And so if any of you are going through any type of a relationship thing, I just thought that perspective might help you to gain your power back, taking responsibility. Once you take responsibility for something and you own it, then you have the necessary means to forgive yourself, to evolve, to move on, and to find peace with it without the other person's validation or forgiveness or anything like that. It can all be done on your own. I love you. Have a good day.